Enjoy this illustrated explainer video about guide dogs for the blind.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some are furry and walk on 4 legs.
A yellow lab guide dog in harness.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe everyone deserves to live the life they want to live and to move through the world safely and confidently. Which is why we match people who are blind or visually impaired living in the US or Canada with exceptional guide dogs at no cost to them.
A person with a guide dog.
We even help with veterinary bills and ongoing essential support. We create these life-changing partnerships entirely through private donations and with the help of thousands of volunteers. And of course, with our incredible dogs.
A group of people with dogs.
Our dogs are guide dogs at the DNA level. We breed them specifically to do this work.
2 dogs and a DNA helix.
At 3 days old, our dogs start spending time with volunteers called puppy socializers.
A person with a newborn puppy.
Being a puppy socializer isn't just a dream job. It's how we help our puppies get comfortable being around humans.
A volunteer interacts with puppies.
At 8 to 10 weeks, puppies go live with volunteer puppy raisers.
A puppy raiser receives a puppy.
These volunteers dedicate a year of their lives to get these dogs ready for more advanced training.
The dog matures.
When the dogs come back to the school, our world-class staff teach them the complex skills required to become successful guide dogs.
2 GDB instructors train dogs.
After about 12 weeks of training, a dog is matched with their person.
A person hugs a guide dog.
This matching process is part art and part science, and always quite remarkable. Our clients and dogs undergo 2 weeks of personalized training together and begin to form a magical and lasting bond.
A person and guide dog in caps and gowns.
After graduating, clients return home with their guide dogs, empowered to enjoy their lives with greater mobility, independence, and inclusion.
3 scenes of people with their guide dogs at home, work, and play.
None of this would be possible without the generosity of our extended community of volunteers and donors.
A group of people and dogs.
To learn more about supporting our life-changing mission, visit us online.
GDB logo and URLs. GuideDogs.com and GDBinternational.ca.
Enjoy a peek into Guide Dogs for the Blind's Puppy Center, where 2 yellow lab puppies romp in an indoor play area full of colorful structures and a variety of toys.
Meet Kylie. She happens to be blind. That may seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how awkward people can be around her.
Kylie waits at a bus stop with her guide dog. A woman looks at her quizzically. Question marks appear over the woman's head.
So here are some tips to keep us all moving through the world safely and confidently. Always speak directly to a person with a visual impairment, not their guide dog. Remember, that dog has a job to do.
Good morning.
Hello.
Would you like directions to an open seat?
Sure.
There's 2 rows back on your left.
Thanks.
Kylie gets on the bus with her guide dog and sits across from a woman and child.
Oh, Mom, don't pet that dog. It's working.
Now at the office.
At our office, Kylie's colleagues make sure to introduce themselves when they enter the room and to let her know when they leave.
Sarah stands in the doorway of Kylie's office.
Hi, Kylie. It's Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Did you see the latest episode of Bachelorette on Mars?
I can't believe Abe got put in the spaceship. I thought for sure it would be Lenny.
Thought bubble with a bachelor on a spaceship.
Same.
Are we still on for a shopping trip over lunch?
Yep. I'll see you then. Bye.
Speak directly to people with visual impairments rather than speaking to their friend, their guide dog, or anyone else. And be specific when providing directions.
A boutique storefront. Sales associate with Sarah and Kylie.
Hello, how can I help you?
Actually, it's my friend Kylie who needs help.
And what is she looking for?
She is looking for jeans.
Oh, they're over there. I mean, just ahead of you a few steps. Boyfriend jeans are on the left, and mom jeans are on the right.
A restaurant.
Kylie's looking forward to a date with her boyfriend, James.
Kylie, James, and guide dog wait to be seated.
Sorry, no animals allowed in the restaurant.
Actually, guide dogs are allowed anywhere the general public is allowed.
Oh, right this way then.
Kylie and James sit at a table with the dog chilling on the floor like a good doggo.
Hey, Kylie, do you want me to read the menu to you?
Sure. Thank you.
James and Kylie with their food.
This smells amazing.
Should I describe where things are?
Yes, please.
There's spicy chicken curry and rice at the top of your plate and braised greens at the bottom. Your wine is above the plate to the right.
So good.
Kylie gives a romantic smile to James. Spinach in her teeth.
Honey, you have spinach in your teeth.
Thanks so much for letting me know.
Let's let Kylie and James enjoy their dinner. For more information and helpful tips, visit guidedogs.com.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. This is our 526th graduation at this campus. I know, isn't that great? And so whether you're joining us live here at our Oregon campus or you're watching online, we are happy to have you here. Anyone here for their first graduation? Oh, wow, welcome. Nice. Okay, always good to have new faces here. And I know some of you have been here for many graduations, right? Okay, so I'd like to, today we're going to celebrate remarkable milestones. We have a new orientation and mobility immersion client stepping into greater confidence. We'll hear about that person. And then we also have 4 guide dog teams graduating today. So before that, I'd like to thank the following groups. I'd like to thank all our puppy raisers. How many puppy raisers are here today? We got a bunch over here. Yes, thank you. Thank you. You raise with love and patience and train with care and give all of your heart. So thank you for all that you do. Your influence reaches far beyond today, and we're thrilled to celebrate some of you today. And we also have our donors we'd like to thank and our sponsors. Because of them, we can offer our services free of charge, and we do this entirely without any government funding. And you make life-changing support possible. And we also like to thank Lillian Tremoroli for her generous gift of harnesses in each class this year. And to our volunteers and staff. How many volunteers are here today? Yeah, we always have a lot of volunteers here. Thank you. Yeah. Our volunteers do all kinds of jobs here, from guiding students to walking the dogs to manning the gift shop, helping our clients, doing airport trips, all kinds of fun jobs that we have here. So thank you for all of the things that you do for us. Before I show a short video, I want to introduce the instructional staff that were part of this class. We have Megan Forst, we have Nikki Short, and we have Hannah Pettit. Okay. And now we want to show a short video about our mission. The video is audio described, so in addition to the narrator, you will hear a second voice describing scenes in the video. Captions are also included. These inclusive features ensure everyone can access and enjoy the video.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe that everyone deserves to move through the world safely and confidently, to live the life they want to live.
A man and his guide dog walk through a park.
Our life-changing programs meet people who are blind or visually impaired wherever they are along their journey, whether that's by matching individuals with highly qualified guide dogs, providing guide dog readiness skills in our orientation and mobility immersion program.
A man holds a white cane and smiles broadly.
Or pairing youth and adults with the companionship of a canine buddy.
A young girl cuddles with her canine buddy.
Together, we are GDB.
My name is Renee Carrasco. My dog's name is Snoopy.
Renee sits in front of a fireplace.
So the reason that I wanted to get a guide dog was because I came across some videos from Guide Dogs for the Blind, and that was my introduction to guide dog travel.
Renee and Snoopy walk along a city sidewalk and cross a street at an intersection.
What I saw was the ease of travel, the speed that the guide dog handler would move with. That's what I wanted for myself. And not only that, but it was also the companionship.
Renee and Snoopy play with a tug toy outside in the yard.
Working with Snoopy has changed my life dramatically because there's so much freedom that comes along with having a guide dog. It's made the hard parts of blindness not so hard.
Renee sits next to Snoopy and gives him a pat on the chest.
I feel like my outlook on life and the world is so much more positive having Snoopy in my life.
My name is Amit Ahuja and my guide dog's name is Tashi.
I had the opportunity to complete Guide Dogs for the Blind's Orientation and Mobility Immersion Program.
Amit stands on a path with his white cane.
And not only did it help me learn to navigate my environment more safely using a white cane, it also made me an even more confident guide dog handler.
My experience was just fabulous.
Amit and his O&M instructor analyze an intersection and cross a city street.
We trained in different locations, practiced different skills, worked out a way to analyze a traffic crossing. I think GDB has transformed my life. To say that it's meeting my needs would be an understatement.
My name is Ella, and this is my canine buddy, Lafferty.
Ella sits on the floor of a living room next to a black lab.
Lafferty is just so amazing in many ways. He's such a good boy. He brings me so much joy and is one of my best friends.
With kids with visual impairments,
Ella's mom, Christy McKerney.
The struggle is real for social contact. It's hard to make friends sometimes. And with Lafferty, he's an automatic draw for all kids, which is wonderful. Lafferty has totally opened up, for Ella, new social connections.
Back to Ella.
I would recommend canine buddies. They're just really good dogs, and they can change a person's life and make it better.
All of Guide Dogs for the Blind services are provided free of charge, and our work is made possible by the generous support of our donors and volunteers.
Renee sits next to Snoopy on the grass in the park.
We receive no government funding.
This organization has made such a huge impact on my life and the lives of so many countless people, and the donors are the ones that make that possible.
Close-up of Snoopy.
Thank you so much.
Ella and Lafferty.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Amit and his guide dog Tashi sit on a beach and watch the sunset.
Together, we are unstoppable. To learn more about our life-changing programs and to support our work, please visit guidedogs.com or scan the QR code.
What a lovely video. Again, thank you all for being here today. My name is Megan, and I have the pleasure of recognizing our graduate from our recent in-home of our Orientation and Mobility program. The instructor for this program was Senior O&M Program Specialist, Stephanie Zabitz. The Orientation Mobility Program is a one-week program designed for people who want to improve their independent travel skills. It also provides a bridge for those who would like to partner with a guide dog but have limited access to O&M services. Our graduate today is Captain Stephen Shirashi of Waialua, Hawaii. On the screen, we have some photos. The photo on the left is Captain Steve. He's wearing a white t-shirt with illustrations of various fish, colorful board shorts, and slippers, aka flip-flops. He is walking with his long white cane on the edge of a paved street. The background shows a single-story house, tropical bushes, and the steep jungle terrain of Mount Kuala under a clouded sky. On the right is Captain Steve and his O&M instructor, Stephanie, standing outdoors in a lush, flowery green backyard garden. Stephanie is wearing sunglasses, a tank top, black leggings, and sandals, and is smiling with one of her hands on her hip. Captain Steve is wearing thick-framed sunglasses, a white t-shirt, board shorts, slippers, and holding his white long cane. So I have some words from Steve. It says, "To the team at GDB, I am ready to extend my deepest gratitude for the care, support, and guidance I received through your program. I am 73 years old and live in Mukalea of North Shore, Oahu. I have 2 children who mean the world to me. My daughter, age 35, is a single mom to my beautiful granddaughter, Brooklyn. My daughter is a full-time firefighter with the city and county of Honolulu and the owner of Aloha Island Homes. My son, age 31, is a fisherman, and together we are building a boat so we can do some part-time commercial fishing together. For most of my life, I have been a fisherman myself, and for the past 20 years, I ran a charter boat welcoming guests from around the world. My wife is a realtor who specializes in sales and manages about 30 properties. I'm often called upon to help with minor repairs for these units. 2 years ago, my life changed when I was diagnosed with rod and cone dystrophy, followed by Charles-Bonnet syndrome. With my background in training dogs, I believed a guide dog might help, which led me to GDB. From the start, your team made me feel supported. Stephanie, in particular, gave me the confidence to believe in myself again. She patiently answered all my questions, explained everything clearly, and gave me the tools to travel more independently. Today, I can walk with my cane, trust my sense of direction, and even cross intersections with confidence. From Megan's early guidance during the admissions process, to Nurse Debbie, who checked in before Stephanie arrived, to Stephanie's professionalism and kindness, the entire experience was first class. GDB is a class act. I know with practice I will succeed, and I aim to return for a guide dog. I am truly grateful for the patience, encouragement, and dedication shown by everyone at GDB. Malaho nui loa for everything you have done to help me on this journey. With appreciation, Captain Steve." We can give him a round of applause. Congratulations, Steve, if you are watching. All right, now I'm going to introduce Nikki, who is going to hit it off with our guide dog clients.
Sounds good. Okay. Hello. Today we are celebrating 4 new graduates from the Guide Dog program, each beginning a new chapter with their guide dog by their side. Our first graduate is Sharon Kim, receiving her first guide dog. She is from Montgomery Village, Maryland, and receiving Lightning, a female black Labrador retriever. Sharon works for a nonprofit organization helping clients access free furniture as she is currently pursuing her master's degree in clinical mental health counseling. She is looking forward to having Lightning as her companion in a highly client-facing world. Lightning was raised by Nancy Tofoya of Fort Collins, Colorado.
Hi, everyone. First of all, thank you so much to Nancy for raising Lightning. She is an amazing dog, and only having had her for 2 weeks, I could not imagine being without her, so I can only imagine how it must have felt for you to have her for a whole year and maybe 6 months. I don't know the exact timeline, but anyways. And then having to give her up, and honestly, thank you so much. She is absolutely amazing and perfect. Thank you to Hannah, my instructor, who had genuinely her work cut out for her since day one. And thank you so much for all of your guidance, your mentorship, and helping me. And then lastly, to my classmates, we made it to graduation. Isn't it amazing? Thank you so much to Susan for all your kind words, Joan for your amazing sense of humor, and Shannon for being my in-class mentor, like knocking on our door and saying, how much food do I get for the dog? How much food is too much food? And thumb wrestling with me for a donut and buying me a whole dozen for my birthday yesterday. Thank you all so much. GDB has made this experience absolutely amazing and top-notch. And to any prospective students out there who are considering it, I would definitely do it. It is amazing. And I know 2 weeks sounds like a really short period of time, but you will get there. If I can get there, you will definitely get there. And they will help you get there. Thank you guys so much.
So Nancy couldn't be here, so we have, she submitted some photos and a couple stories that I'm going to share for you. The photo on the left shows the black lab puppy Lightning is sitting alert on grave pavement, looking adorably up at the camera. And the photo on the right, Lightning is sitting outside on snowy ground. The camera is capturing the top of her black furry head and muzzle with a dusting of fresh white snow all over her. And here are the story. She says, Lightning was truly a joyful puppy and lots of fun to have around. My husband and I loved her happy presence. 2 favorite stories. 1, when she was still about 3 months old, a raiser here in Colorado moved and donated all their toys to the club. So Lightning suddenly had all these fantastic puppy toys to add to my meager collection of bones. I put them all out in front of her on the back porch. The astonishment in her little puppy eyes was fantastic. She hesitated a second and then snatched one, dashed into the grass, did some happy circles, chewed on it for a few minutes, and then ran back up on the porch for another. She did this with about 4 or 5 of them, playing with each one a few minutes and then coming up to find another. At this point, she ran back up on the porch. She must have been overstimulated by the treasures, and instead of grabbing another toy, ran into the house to flop down, take a pause for about 15 seconds, and then out she boiled, ready to continue the investigation. And then she says, I was very grateful on her behalf for the generous donation of the toys. And story number 2, she made me so proud when we flew back to campus for recall. I was the one who was a little insecure, having never brought a dog on the plane. As each new environment presented itself, she would take it in, figure out how she should be, and move forward confidently. She was all work and eager to do the right thing. I had no doubt she would make a fantastic guide.
Okay, our next graduate is Shannon Gardner, receiving her second guide dog. Shannon is from Raleigh, North Carolina, and received Tennessee, a male yellow Labrador retriever. Shannon teaches digital accessibility to adults with visual impairments. She's also studying health education at North Carolina Central University, driven to make health education more inclusive. In October, she and her guide dog Tennessee will join the National Disability Employment Awareness Month events, and in November, they'll travel to Minnesota for her 3rd National Audio Dart Tournament. Tennessee was raised by Jasmine and Sarah Koch of Rock Road, Texas.
Okay, hello everyone. So Sharon almost made me cry, so sorry about that. But first and foremost, thank you to Jasmine and Sarah for raising such an amazing puppy. I definitely had second guide dog syndrome when I came here. So Tennessee and I, we didn't bond right away. But it was because I was doing a lot. And I was thinking about my last guide, and Tennessee is having a fun time up here. But it was hard not to do, right? I had 2 T-boys, 2 yellow labs from the same school, same campus, around the same time. So you see where my struggles were, right? But as we worked together, I fell in love with this puppy because he has like the perfect speed for me. I have a need for speed, and that is Tennessee and his turbo speed that I love so much. But thank you to GDB for all of this, for everyone that's in this room right now, for all the volunteers, all the trainers, all the puppies, because without you guys, this would not be possible, and I'm just so grateful. Special thanks to my trainer, Nikki, and her mentor, Megan, for just being there with me the whole time through. Even when I was struggling, they said, you know what, you can do this. And that is a lot, when you're going through a lot at the same time. Thank you to my loved ones and my friends and my family who also said, Shannon, you need to go get another dog because you just need to, because they didn't want to. And last but certainly not least, thank you to my classmates for always making me laugh, we always had a good time, and special thanks to Susan for dealing with my snoring and my laughing in the van. Once again, just thank you. Thank you, guys.
All right, I have a note from Tennessee's Razors, Jasmine and Sarah Cooch. On the left, we have a photo of little Tennessee being held by his razor for the first time. His head is resting on his razor's arm with his very wrinkly face pointed at the camera. The right photo is puppy Tennessee at home, lying and resting his head on a beige shaggy carpet next to a red wobble toy and looking at the camera. My mom and I are so proud of Tennessee. It was an amazing experience raising him. He has always been very smart, loving, and attentive from when we first got him. When we would tell him to sit, he would do it with so much energy, and his ears would flip around inside out while he had a big old smile. He has the best personality, and we are so excited he has gone so far and became a guide dog. We hope he has a long future as a guide, and we wish the pair well. Jasmine and Sarah.
Okay, our next graduate is Susan Shaw, receiving her second guide dog. Susan is from Gilbert, Arizona, received Lunar, a female yellow Labrador retriever. As a teacher and social worker, she's excited to return home to Arizona, where she'll be working her routes alongside beautiful cacti and desert foliage. Her husband Bob and son Jonathan are eager to meet Lunar. Lunar was raised by Carlton Turman, David Keegan of Linwood, Washington, Rebecca, Emily, Jason, and Oliver Warren of Edmonds, Washington.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm Susan. First and foremost, I want to thank my husband, Bob, and our son, Jonathan, for their support through this whole journey. They are very excited to meet Lunar and welcome her into our family. And of course, without these puppy raisers, Luna wouldn't be the guide that she is today. They gave her the love and guidance that she needed to come back to GDB and become a guide dog. In addition, I have to say that the team that I worked with was more than amazing. It's not enough of a word to say what goes on here at GDB. All of the staff, including the employees, the volunteers, are beyond words in how good they are and how much they sincerely care. I don't know how GDB finds so many people that are of their caliber, and my appreciation is ongoing. A perfect example was the gentleman who picked me up from the airport. His name is Wayne, and he picked me up, but my luggage didn't come with the plane. That was a problem. And the representative at the airport said, it will be many, many hours before it does get here, and you have it delivered. And then, of course, there was the problem of the gates at GDB being locked on Sundays. Wayne was worried about all of this. So he went back to the airport, which is 40 minutes away, picked up my luggage, and brought it personally to me so that I would have it that evening. That's an example of the GDB volunteers and employees, and thank you, all of you, so much.
I'm gonna cry. Luna's our third guide dog. Deep breath. Yeah, she's a really lovely dog. We would have welcomed her back to our home, but she's here to do what she's supposed to do with you, and I really appreciate the home that you're gonna give her. She's our second graduate, and she was our swimmer. This dog loves the water. She wanted to be with the other dogs. We put her on her long line. Excuse me. And she would just jump in the lake and had a blast. So she's going to be a lovely dog.
She's going to have her very own pool.
Yes, yes. All right, did anybody? No, they're all shy.
All right, we're going to sneak in between you guys. Okay, we have a note from Lunar's other raisers. And the photo description is Yellow Lab Lunar, Carlin and David are sitting in the Lumen Field Baseball Stadium in Seattle. Lunar is facing forward wearing her green puppy jacket, while Carlin and David are, am I saying her name right? Yes. Okay. Facing forward, turned towards the camera and smiling, and they are wearing dark-colored sweaters and jackets. And they left us a letter for you. Hello from Carlin and David. Unfortunately, we are not able to be at graduation today since we are getting married in just a few hours.
How could they choose that?
I know, right? They didn't know when she was graduating. So we are so excited for Lunar. And we wanted to send our congratulations. David and I had the absolute joy and privilege of being Lunar's puppy raiser. From the very beginning, Lunar was a gentle, sweet puppy who always loved kibble. Lunar is a great yellow lab with a heart full of love and a nose for finding the coziest spot in the house. She quickly mastered the art of stealing the prime spot on the dog bed from our career change dog Fogarty, always with that innocent look. There are times when we had to double check she didn't get too close to the heater for her love of warmth. She had a quiet confidence, a love of comfort, and a personality that made our home warmer just by being in it. One of the most special parts of raising Lunar was watching the joy she brought to everyone she met. Whether she was at home with us or with Carlin at Boeing, she had a way of making people smile by just walking into the room. She carried a calm, happy energy, that connection with people, and I know the same energy is going to make her an incredible guide and partner. While saying goodbye is always hard, knowing that Lunar is going to be with Susan makes every moment worth it. We're so proud of her and so grateful to have been part of her journey. Wishing Susan and Lunar the best in the start of their partnership together.
Thank you.
Our next graduate is Joan Carlton, receiving her third guide dog. Joan is from Osterville, Massachusetts, and received Coast, a female yellow Labrador retriever. Joan lives in the woods of Cape Cod in a beautiful cottage with a spacious yard, more than an acre for the dogs to run and play. She will be patterning her dog to 3 different routes, one in the village, one where she'll go out to dinner, and one where there will be no dancing. Coast was raised by Rebecca, Eric, Sebastian, and Oliver Managla, I think, of Snohomish, Washington, Chazuku and Brandy Heyer of Plazoda, New Mexico, and Brenda Vaught of Bothell, Washington.
Hi, everybody. Joan Carlton, and this is my beautiful dog. Her name is Coast. And she will be coming to the East Coast to live with me in the woods in my purple house. My house is purple on the outside, and the door is violet. My neighbors think I'm crazy, but I don't care. Anyway, I have a lot of people to thank. The puppy raisers that have come from New Mexico and Washington made this long trip to be with me and presented me with some beautiful, beautiful presents. And I'm eternally grateful for the way that they have raised this incredible, beautiful, kind, gentle, sad-faced dog. I want to thank Margie, my supervisor, for helping me immensely get my technique together. I adore you, and I'm shaking like a leaf, but anyway. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hannah, for also being so wonderful to me and kind. And I am eternally grateful to Guide Dogs for the Blind because they are an amazing organization that is a non-profit that gives us the most incredible opportunities to be able to live in a wonderful way where we are free to move around the world with our wonderful animals. I want to say thank you to all of the staff here, the kitchen, the volunteers, every single person, the nurses who I just love. They're wonderful. Everybody's wonderful, and I am so grateful. I hope that I haven't forgotten anybody. Oh, I have. Rebecca. Rebecca is Eric's wife and Oliver's mother. And she is the puppy raiser. All of you are, right? Thank you, Rebecca, and thank you, everybody.
All right, good afternoon. So Coast, maybe more than any of our other dogs, has really been this like community effort, which has just been absolutely beautiful. She's a great dog to start, but so many people have invested into making her the guide that she is now. And so I call myself the dog enabler. So I do help, but Rebecca, my wife, really deserves a lot of the credit because she's the primary raiser in our home. And so she sent me with a note here. So Coast was a unique puppy to raise in many respects. As the classroom puppy for Sky Valley Education Center's How to Raise a Guide Dog Puppy, she not only had 3 raiser families that you see up here today, but also over 30 students from the 6th to the 12th grade who were deeply committed to her training across 2 years of classes, where they learned to handle and train a guide dog puppy. These youth raisers worked with her on campus as they attended their regular classes and educated their fellow classmates on service dog protocol. Of course, surrounded by so many youths, she was absolutely spoiled for cuddles almost every moment of every day. She was much beloved, and the How to Raise a Guide Dog Puppy classes of 2023 to 24 and 24 to 25 send their love and congratulations and best wishes to Coast and Joan. On a personal note from Rebecca and our family, co-raising Coast with Shizuko and Brenda was a delight and an honor. These 2 amazing women stepped into a space with an incredible amount of patience, grace, and kindness as we juggled multiple other puppies, all of the students, and the usual challenges of raising a puppy. Coast would not be here today if not for each of them, and we are so grateful. And to Joan and Coast, while I, Rebecca, couldn't be here in person to meet you, Guide Dogs has always chosen the most perfect match for each puppy that we've raised. And we have no doubt whatsoever that this partnership will be equally wonderful. So we wish you the best of luck as you embark on your new journey together.
Hi everyone. My now college-aged twin daughters, my husband and I have been involved in puppy raising project as a family since 2017, and Coast is our puppy number 4. And she has, I had the pleasure of receiving Coast at the Tacoma, Washington puppy truck drop, and I still remember her 10-week-old fluffiness, softness, just in my arms that just still clearly etched in my brain. And I often call her called her by a nickname I gave her, Coastie. And she was our first pup to raise in a co-raising format, and which worked out wonderfully. And she was a natural loose leash walking from early on. And she frequent car rides, loud fire truck sirens, riding in a crowded train, riding on a ferry, walking outside on a rainy day. Daughter's graduation ceremony. She took it all in stride, and nothing seemed to faze her. Before she even turned 4 months old, she started coming to work with me on most business days at an outdoor gear company called Cooler Cloth. All of my coworkers loved Coast and her sweet demeanor and appreciated her quiet presence. She was mainly napping. Our family had the pleasure of raising her until she was about 11 months old. That's when my husband and I moved out of Washington and to New Mexico, where we currently reside. I am extra excited about Coast getting to live with Joan near the Atlantic coast, because now she's literally going from coast to coast. And what a happy coincidence, and I am certain that Coast will flourish and guide Joan confidently. And lastly, my friend and former supervisor, Anastasia, who let me bring Coast to work. She's a great poet, and she is a big fan of Coast, and kindly sent me a poem that she wrote for the team Coast. So I'm going to read it now. I must say a thing right here at the start that truly seen comes from within the heart. A gentle nudge, a constant pace, a faithful companion with you in every place. Kindness, patience, and vigilance are needed the most, and all these a guiding coast. Just as the ocean ebbs and flows, she'll be by your side everywhere that you go. Her soul is calm, her eyes are wide, she leads with love, she is a guide. Trust your path, and I know this much is true, that you are both precious as one, but you'll be stronger as two. Congratulations.
So I got Coast at the tail end of her puppy raising days. I was in between dogs and not quite ready to get a new puppy, and Rebecca asked me if I could take Coast and work with her to fine-tune her before she headed back on recall. So that's how she came into my life. She fit into my household great, very, very chill at home, and she was great on all the outings I took her on, and I was happy to have been able to help out. And I'm sure she's going to be a wonderful guide for you, and I wish you guys all the luck. Yep.
Oh, one more thing.
Candace, thank you. I love you.
Okay, up next we will have Margie come and talk about our dog demos.
Okay, we're going to do a demo, but before we do, I'm going to give you a little information to prep you. So during most of the dog's training, they learn most of their skills with guide work through the use of a clicker, which is an audible cue that you'll hear in a minute. And it marks the behavior that we want the dog to repeat. The clicker makes communication with the dog consistent and timely and better than just praise and food alone. And so we start by pairing food with the sound of the click. And this takes less than 5 minutes. These are labs mostly, right? So they like to eat. Once the dog understands that the click means food, then we can pair the click with a desired behavior. So for example, when they're doing something like stopping for a curb or going into a down position, they get a click, and then they think, oh, food, and then they're likely to want to do these behaviors in anticipation of getting rewarded. So Hannah and Laszlo are going to come up here and demonstrate how targeting behavior is done by our clients. These are things our clients can do when they go home. So she's going to start with just showing a hand target, and Laszlo's going to target her hand and get a click and then get some food. And then once they're doing that, and he's done this before, so it's just like a reintroduction, but this is how we teach them to target a hand. Then once they're doing this consistently in different directions, then they can put the hand on a desired target, like a bench, a light pole, an ATM machine, a bus stop, a trash can, all kinds of things. Their door, their front door. And what we call this back chaining. We start at the end goal, which is the bench here, and then we slowly add distance. So she's just going to take a step or two back, and then she's going to reintroduce. And then the ultimate goal is, at this stage would be 3 steps back. And we're looking for anticipation. We're looking for the dog, like you can see him wanting to go to the bench, and then she's going to reward him. So this next time she's going to go a little farther and just use the harness handle, and then she can, once they're anticipating, you can add the command, find the bench. And this is how we teach them to locate objects. So this is Laszlo finding the bench. Yep, find the bench. Woo. And you can see how fun, he's loving it. He's thinking this is a fun thing to do. So they love targeting things, and sometimes they'll find things you don't want, right? Maybe you go to that one coffee shop every week, and the day that you have to pass it, they're like, this is the door to the coffee shop. So it can be good and bad, but like mostly it's good, and they really love it, and it's fun to teach them. And the good thing about dogs is they do have good memories of locations, so it's handy to have. So these are things that our clients are going to do when they go home, and they can teach them their front door, their bus stop, their, whatever routes they're doing in their home area. Let's give a hand for Laszlo and Hannah. So Hannah's going to stay up here at the end of the ceremony. If anyone has questions, or any of our staff, you can approach us, and we're happy to answer questions. But did anyone, our guests out here, did anyone feel inspired today? Raise your hands. All right, nice. And so we want to see you around here, and you can be part of our guide dog family. If today moves you, and don't let that moment end here, you can maybe refer someone that would benefit from our services. Maybe you want to be a volunteer. Maybe you want to work here. Maybe you need a guide dog or one of our services. So check us out on guidedogs.com. And we're going to also, do we have tours today? Yep, and you can meet in the back. We have a volunteer in the back that will be taking tours. If you want a tour, you can meet back there. We have refreshments in the lobby. And I'd also want to say congratulations, everyone. You guys were an amazing class. And thank you to everyone for coming.